Good morning. Welcome back to VentureX Studios here in Frisco, Texas. We are JP, Kathy, and the crew. Sorry about the delay there. Getting things worked out. Crew, we appreciate you chiming in to let us know what's working, what's not working.
Yeah, when you can hear us, when you can't hear us, when you can see us, when you can't see us.
That's right. But super excited. We've got Samita joining us. Samita, just a couple closing questions. How many people do you anticipate being at the rally tomorrow?
So what I saw on our Facebook page where people say interested, we have a good number there. So it's going to be a rally, and these are just moms, basically. We're hoping to get some more grandparents. I think even if we can get 25 people there, that would be a great number. So, or, one or two. If you get one or two, at least somebody's making a stand and a statement.
Exactly. It's all about freedom of speech and a parent's right to voice their opinion for their kids.
Any last question you have for Samita?
No, just, thank you for your activism. Thank you for your hard work in the community and standing up for parents to have a right to have the conversation. There's significant questions revolving around kids' health and teachers' health. I think parents, from what I hear, just want to get back and have that conversation with the people who are making the decisions. So we thank you so much and appreciate you hanging with us through all the technology ups and downs today, Samita. We'd love to have you back on the show sometime.
Thank you for having me.
Well, and Samita, I don't know if you're available Friday, but we'd love for you to call in Friday and give us an update on what happened Thursday. Are you good with that?
Oh, that's fine.
Perfect. How about we just keep it the same time? Let's do 8 o'clock. How's that sound?
8 o'clock on Friday. Thanks, Samita. We appreciate you.
That's great. Yes, we'll talk to you then.
All right, talk to you then. Thank you. All right, we've got Dr. Rebecca Good.
Yes.
That's going to join us at Dr. B. Good. She is our all educational expert superintendent.
Yes.
From Legacy
CEO.
Preparatory Charter Academy.
She has her own show. She actually has 2 shows.
Well, and she's going to become part of the
JP
Kathy
network.
Network.
This is so exciting, and we think the world of Dr. Good. Plus, she's cool. She scuba dives. She's awesome. She's a Renaissance woman.
She scuba dives.
She's a Renaissance woman.
I'm just glad she doesn't do something else.
I don't know what that is.
It's not good.
Good morning. And it looks like Dr. Good just got finished working out.
Well, look at there, Dr. Good. You handsome lady, you. Look at you. Oh, well, first of all, can we hear Dr. Good, and can Dr. Good hear us? I can see Dr. Good. Do we need to unmute her?
I don't know.
We can see her.
Can you speak, Dr. Good?
We don't have audio on her.
She can smile.
Huh.
She looks great. It looks like we caught her in the gym.
It does.
On there.
Oh, you can have her call. Yep, there we go.
And it looks like video is slow on her end, potentially.
Okay.
Dr. Good, look at your phone. There we go. And let's make sure we're through here. Dr. Good, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Hey, good morning. All right, fantastic.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, Dr. Good, the Attorney General for the state of Texas has joined the controversy of the U.S. Attorney General just because they're both controversial. So what's going on?
Could we muddy our waters anymore? I mean, really? Okay, so yesterday we get this letter, yesterday morning, that really in essence says that the county health departments do not have the power to close down schools in a sweeping manner to try to prevent the germ spread. What their power, where their power lies is if there is an outbreak, then they can go to the school district and say, we need for you to shut down until this outbreak is over. So they've sort of quoted the law to the county health departments who have responded. The one in Tarrant County, I know I read yesterday, today it all comes together. It was very disappointed in the response, but here's what that does. It puts the power back on the school districts and the school boards to decide what to do moving forward. So now the power is back in the hands of the school districts to say, yes, we know that we have to offer remote setting, but we may be able to start school a little bit sooner now that the county health department can't keep us closed.
So, Dr. Good, let me ask you this question. Are you surprised by that? And then I'm going to give you my commentary after your answer.
Here's what I'll say. I'm surprised that it came out, but I'm really not surprised that Paxton would do that, because he is all about, for the people, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, which we
so-
love, because again, I think and with Samita, I don't know if you were able to catch her interview. I think the fact is the parents, and here's the thing, it's you run 2 charter schools. You are in constant contact and constant communication with your parents. I mean, that's just, so are your teachers, so are your educators, your other staff. And I think in some of the ISDs, I think parents are feeling like they haven't had their voice heard. I mean, you've been doing polls with your parents for months now about coming back and not coming back. You always have your finger on the pulse of what's going on at your 2 campuses. You're a charter school, so you've got a more personalized approach with your parents. I think the ISDs aren't necessarily feeling the same right now.
Well, that's, I've done a lot of radio TV gigs lately, and that's my main message to parents, is to say, don't wait for the district. You be proactive. If you don't know whether to send your child back, then you do the research. You contact the school and you ask them what the protocols are. You ask them, how are you going to keep my child safe?
Right.
And if you like the answers and your child is a healthy, child without asthma and so forth, that oftentimes, they're more easily triggered, well, then send your child back, because that is the best place for them to learn.
Right.
Right.
And Dr. Good, so the thing is, like you said, for example, we've got a member of the crew, her daughter has severe asthma, is in and out of the hospital, has a nebulizer, breathing machine at home, the whole 9 yards. If that's my child, I am absolutely doing remote learning, private, charter, ISD, I'm doing remote learning. But then if you've got a kid who you feel like they need that interaction, they need to be back where they have that immediate contact with the teacher, which is so valuable. I think something we've talked about over the months during COVID with you is how much more parents appreciate teachers and educators now, because guess what? It's not an easy gig.
No.
Not everybody can do it.
Well, Dr. Good, here's my take, right? I don't believe the Attorney General is wrong. I have said this all along. I don't understand how under a state educational agency, how each individual county health department could determine what can happen in that county over and above what the Department of Human and Health Services has the ability to do and issue the edicts that they have to issue. So I'm not surprised that the Attorney General has come back and said, hey, unless there's a county outbreak, you don't have the say, so the state does. And then we're saying that the school districts need to make that decision, which I'm in favor of, by the way.
Well, to me, it's just part of the power grabbing that's been going on, and some of it's sincerely meant. Please, Clay Jenkins really, meant well when he did what he did, but there's been a lot of that. Mayors have done it all over the country. Governors have done it. So, now we're putting it back in the hands of the school district and the school board. So that's going to be 1,152 different answers possibly, because that's how many districts we have in Texas, as opposed to one answer in one county.
Right, and 1,152. Well, then we even have Susan Schuler, who's former Wiley ISD school board trustee. She chimed on and she said that they're still planning on going back to school with the remote learning option, but you have to be locked into that remote learning option for a certain amount of weeks.
9 weeks.
Okay.
Is what she'd said.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
Let me explain that. The reason for that, you can choose remote learning and you're locked in for 9 weeks. You can choose to go to school the first day of school, and the day before school starts, you can change your mind and go remote, and the school's okay with that. And here's the reason. We can plan for remote learning for hundreds of students, but we can't safely plan for school if we have 100 extra kids show up.
Right.
See how that works?
Right. You have to plan ahead.
Uh-oh,
and that
we have an
makes
alert.
sense.
We have an alert. Did you catch the alert?
What is the alert?
Follow us, follow us, follow us,
Oh.
follow us.
I was like,
You
what
gotta
alert?
follow us. It's an alert.
I was
You
like,
gotta
I
follow
didn't get
us.
anything through my phone.
Like
I
us.
don't see any
Follow us.
breaking news.
So you can catch all of Dr. Good's great information each week about what's going on with education. Follow us. Alert. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Dr. Good. There was an alert there.
Our PR person makes us do that.
Well, and I hope that my time with you all has helped people understand how important it is to spend time knowing about public education.
Right.
Parents have been notorious about ignoring, trusting, getting mad at, but not taking the time to understand why public school does what it does, and what the statutes are that bind us, and who really has authority, all of that. So I'm hoping that the crew, especially, who's been so faithful, can wow and amuse their friends at cocktail parties with all of this information about what's happening, especially during the COVID period around public schools, because they've come on and they've heard me say it and internalized it and had comments about it, because we're just having the conversation, right? And when you have the conversation over and over, it tends to stick.
Right.
And so that.
No, it's absolutely been beneficial.
You're spot on with
Dr.
that.
Good.
Yes.
Because this is the hot topic. If this is a regular school year, I don't know, everybody's super excited about talking about this much education. It's not a regular school year. It's a COVID school year.
It's 2020.
And
so it is what it is.
people are glued into what's happening next. I've got teachers from Lubbock that I met that are tuning in to listen to you because their superintendent is not giving them any information. That's how important your information is. Did we lose her? Dr. Good, are you there? Wait a minute. Nope, hold on. It jumped off the Bluetooth for a minute. You're back. Are you back?
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So that saddens me about the superintendent, because that's part of his or her job, is to communicate with parents.
Well, but it's
Right.
not happening.
Yeah.
And like I said, the teacher, what was funny is I was at a wedding in Lubbock, and the mom of the bride was a teacher in Lubbock. And she heard me talking with another person, and she's like, wait a minute. You actually know a lot about what's getting ready to happen. Why is that? Explain to her our show, what we do, and that we have you come on, and explained what information you pass on to the general public. And she's like, wow. She goes, what time is that again? And wrote down everything.
Just to hear you.
Yeah, tune in to you.
Right.
Well, again, I saw a niche that needed to be filled, because we are, as public ed administrators, whether principals or superintendents, not all of us are really good at communication. And so, that's a big void, because there are a lot of educators out here in the United States, right?
Right.
So I'm happy to do that.
Well,
you're filling that void because you are a communicator. Well, I mean, you're an education influencer, and so your boots on the ground as a superintendent of 2 charter schools here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Which, by the way, and I'm hearing a lot, parents are understanding the choice option more now than ever. Are you still open enrollment at both campuses, or just one campus, or do you have room at either one of your schools currently?
We have a lot of room, especially during this year, because the CEA has given us permission to accept kids from all over Texas if they remote in, if you can believe that.
Oh, wow.
I can believe it.
So if our remote program is good enough to attract parents from outside of our boundaries, we are allowed to accept them for the time being.
Oh,
And
okay.
Very cool.
And
Fantastic.
Really, our remote learning has been good anyway. We were doing some of that before COVID, and now we've gotten even better, stronger. And my curriculum team is meeting with the curriculum writing team this week to start the first culture and climate project for our start of the year. And there were 2 things that I had them tell me in the chat. One was, since our summer school program at the end of May that you wrote, what have you learned about student engagement through remote learning? How
Right.
will you make your project even better than the summer school project? So, tell me what things you've learned through PBL that's new since then, and through student engagement. So I've really made it, an edict for them that they have got to write even better, more challenging, better engaging projects for remote learning.
Right.
Well, Dr. Good, thank you so much for joining us. You can
We
catch
appreciate
Dr.
you,
Good
yes.
at Dr. Be Good. And so we look forward to talking to you again.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone.
All right,
Talk later.
take care. Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
All right, it is time to talk about one of Charles Gura's, and this is why he's a consultant and amazing. And you can find him at info@pro-multis.com. This is Charles Gura we're talking about. So we are going to now enlist you, the crew, and your friends and family. First of all, follow us. Like us. My
and
goal.
get your friends to go out there and follow us as well before we start our new show officially on Monday.
Right. I gotta go into Kathy Freeze mode.
Hopefully, it'll be much better.
Now I'm going into Charles
on
Freeze
Monday
mode.
than it was today.
It will be.
We're not worried. Oh, goodness gracious, we're not worried. Well, and we literally just in the last 24 hours, we had heard such overwhelming response from the crew that they wanted us back in the morning, and then we would do a rebroadcast in the afternoon.
So we're back
kind
in
of
the
the
morning.
best of both worlds there.
So you're getting the morning, so you better start showing up, by golly. So here's the thing, right? The thing is that our goal is to have 100,000 followers, dedicated followers by June. We need your help. It happens because of you.
Right.
If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, and you don't want Kathy and I to go away, then we need followers for this to work. We've created a network to bring you spot-on programming that we know is tailored to what you love.
Because you tell us.
That's right.
I mean, the great thing, and one of the reasons we took this leap of faith and went from having been on the radio for a bajillion years, we decided to go and do this format instead because we have an opportunity to bring you additional programming and additional topics that we would not be able to bring you in another medium.
That's exactly right. And so we want you to join us in reaching that goal. Reach out into your friends, reach out to people, get them to follow us, get them to tune in, either in the morning when we're live or at the rebroadcast. If people are interested in doing a show, talk to us. We would love to have you. And so we need your teachers on this program so you can hear what's going on. You like entertainment, we provide it. Join us, follow us, like us, by golly. Something we need your help doing. We are creating.
Following us?
Well,
I'm
I'm going to follow you in a minute.
I'm scared.
You should be. So, but we've come up, Charles Gura came up with this positive person experience.
Yes.
Hashtag positive PE. That's right. Hashtag positive PE, positive person experience. Share with us your positive person experience.
Or encounter.
Yeah. Well, same thing. Encounter experiences. They're kind of they're synonymous.
He has them both written down, so I'm going to follow directions and read them
put
both.
a slash. I'm going with one.
I'm going to go with both. I'm going with both.
Now I'm confused. Now it's positive PE.
I'm a former teacher myself, so I follow exactly to the letter of the law.
But now it's positive P, like as in PEE now. Because you've added experience.
No, I didn't know. It's either one or the other. Experience or
it's
encounter.
Either one or the other.
Like,
so
to
go
me,
with
an experience is something that happens. Encounter is somebody you come across.
That's both the same. It's an experience.
Okay, I say no. The old 90s school teacher in me says no. Two different things.
I've got a headache. I need some Advil. Anyways.
Advil, take me away. Not a sponsor, but they can be.
Or Calgon.
There you go.
So, anyways, the point is that we want you to be a part of this. Share with us if you have a positive experience with an individual out there in the public or vice versa. Share with us if you create a positive experience for somebody else and make somebody's day a little bit better. One of the things I'm hearing out in the general public is that it just seems like nobody has patience anymore and everybody's ready to attack. And we need to help slow that roll, because that anger and fear is what creates socialism. It takes us away from a democracy, away from the republic, takes us away from liberty, because people start treating people poorly. And we just can't do that. Read the social contract. We just can't do that. And so help us bring everybody back around. Let's create positive experiences through the hashtag positive PE or PPE. So we would love for you to be part of that. You can always call in at 469-964-8881.
That is 469-964-8881.
So if you want to be a sponsor, or if you want to be a part of the network, we would love to bring you on and make you a part of what we're doing here. So with that being said, a little bit of humor today. How about this? Talking about PPE and PPP and all of that stuff. How about if you were a 29-year-old who figured out a way to convince a bank to give you $4 million of the government dollars.
Correct.
That's right. And I heard this
Wow.
story. Heard this story this
Go to
morning.
A, the ones-
And
I
you
think it's
claim
on
you
the
have
right. Let me
4
check real quick.
businesses, and
But
what you
not
do
the
is you
gate
go
in the
out and
middle
you
of the
buy
building,
yourself
not the metal
a
gates.
$318,000 Lamborghini.
What?
You buy yourself brand new clothes and shoes.
At 29, you would know better, I would think.
Well, he knew better how to take the money, I guess, and then show up at a bunch of Miami resorts
Yes.
as a big wheeler. You know, I mean, yeah,
is this is like that
this is
movie
real.
Catch Me If You
I
Can
guess
kind of a
so.
thing, like the
It's
ultimate.
not a try. Okay.
I don't know, the ultimate
You're supposed
con.
to-
Yeah,
How far over
When you're
do you wanna
facing the
go?
building,
just a few
because I'm in
minutes.
the-
Because we
you're
were
facing the
remember,
Since
building.
we had a
Are you
couple
at the
of issues,
furthest
yeah.
we
building?
lost some
Yeah.
stuff, so we're gonna go over
To the
that.
brand new
Little
building.
flexibility.
Well, so who's made an outrageous purchase with their PPP money?
This 29-year-old guy from Florida,
I-
he committed bank fraud.
But do we have any members of the crew done?
Oh,
Now, don't get yourselves in trouble.
Oh, get yourselves in trouble. Call us. Tell us. We want to know.
Says the former judge.
Absolutely. take you down. What's bad is
You still have connections.
I do. Is that you have businesses that needed the money and had to wait for the money and almost lost their
Yes.
entire business.
Yes.
And you got a turkey like this that comes in, commits to bank fraud.
Unbelievable.
And a big part of this was that the government said, don't vet them, we'll deal with it. Just get the money out there. This is what happens when you don't vet them and you just want to push something out because you think that's the best. It's not the best route. It's kind of like thinking that you're going to become a billionaire overnight. It's not
Right.
going to happen. You know, I think there was a couple that won the lottery the other day, and it was 22 years in the making. They had been playing the lottery and finally won after 22 years.
Wow, I did not hear about that. That's
Think about this
crazy.
for a minute. If they had actually put their money in savings, put their money with a financial manager, started to build their money and save. I mean, what was that crazy statistic? If you save a penny a day or something, or if you save $1 a day and put it away with interest, at the end of 25 years, you'll have $1 million?
I think it was take a penny and double it every time you fill out the
I-
chessboard square.
Is that what it is?
Is that what it is?
And then by the
Yeah.
time 25 years rolls around,
Or-
you have like $1 million
Well,
or
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so these people spent 22 years worth of their money in the lottery and finally win. There is no easy way. There is no quick way. You're just going to have to go right through the middle. There's no going around.
And Byron, who's a member of the crew, says, what was that Gin Blossom song back in the day? At 29, you'd think you'd know better.
Right.
I mean, again, you're not 21, you're 29.
So yeah, so I think it's funny. If you know of any other outrageous stories like that people have made purchases with their PPPs, send it in to us. Either send it by messenger. You can go and send it to JP Kathy and the Crew 3 at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you in our email. You can put it in the feed and we'll talk about it in the feed, or you can always call in at 469-964-8881.
That's 469-964-8881.
So here's our goal, crew, and we need you. I mean, we're listening to you, hence we are going back to mornings. You're waking me up early again. And so with us going back to mornings, we're listening to you, we're giving you what you want. We need your help to make this work, to make this thing happen. You know that live counter that's up in the corner of Facebook where you can see the numbers going up? Our numbers are averaging between 10 and 25 on any one given moment.
Live.
Right,
and
live.
then, yeah.
So I need that to be in the hundreds. I need us to get followers to join us, jump on, and be a part of JP Kathy and the Crew. They need to go to YouTube and subscribe to us at JP Kathy and the Crew.
Be part of our live show, and then you can be part of the broadcast if you can only catch certain parts of it, because the conversation still continues throughout the day and into the night. The great thing is Charles is able to capture all of the data from all of the different places where people are viewing us and listening to us. So if you're looking into advertising, we can tell you, hey, from 7:30 to 9, we have this many listeners on Facebook and this many on YouTube and this many on this, and all the 40 different, is it 40 plus platforms that we're going to be on, or we are on?
Correct.
30 plus, yes.
30
30
plus,
plus.
yes.
Okay, so we'll have all kinds of good data for you if you're interested in advertising. If you get on with us early for advertising or for one of the new shows that we're producing, we've got great rates. So call us and talk to us about it, or message us or ping us, whatever.
We have great introductory
Yes.
rates.
Yes.
And so, because after the introductory, the rates are still great, but they're going to be higher than the great introductory rates. So there you go. Well, I can't tell you enough how much we appreciate you, the crew, joining us this morning. We will be on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 7:30 to 9 o'clock every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then we'll be rebroadcasting through the week. Look for our network. We are growing. We have already got 4 committed shows.
It's
And
exciting.
I'm excited. And so we're going to continue to grow. Our goal is to have 12 shows on the network by the end of August. So,
Yeah, super
Fred,
excited.
we'd love to have you. I think Yankee Doodle Dandy would be a great show.
Love it.
And so looking forward to it. Tune in on Friday. That's right. We'll be back Friday morning, 7:30, right here at VentureX Studios in Frisco.
Stay healthy and have a blessed day.